Who's up next in the UFC? Who's up next? Who could it be? I said, who's up next in the UFC? Who's up next? Who could it be? Who? Yeah. Yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? How you guys doing? Who's up next? That's right. By the way, that introduction video was sang beautifully by yours truly. Yeah, time for some Who's Up Next. The interactive show where you, the fans, get to help me matchmake for the card coming up. Oh, well, the card that just happened last night. We're gonna be here quite a while, ladies and gentlemen. So sit down, grab a coffee if you're Isha. Oh, Jesus Christ, get your ball duck ready. You know what it is. We're gonna do some matchmaking shit. Good to see Matua. Good to see Big Ink up in the place. But we're gonna start the show off by just talking about who who won the Tapology League this week. And it looks like it would be this person, Skibbity Scylla. I have no idea who this is. If somebody could tell me who you are, that'd be great. Because whoever gets the most event wins, I'm going to pay some money to. Right now, it's Sean Moody in the running. He's won 2 events so far. Like this person has. I'll have to go back and check. But yeah. Anyway. So yes, Skibbity Scylla, congratulations to you, sir. You killed it. And is that applause that I hear? Congratulations, sir. Yeah, and then the second place would be G Belize. Bodak in third, tied there with Strickland's Burner. I think that's Chad King. Cheddarhead 5th, Ball 6th with Showweather and Aaron Tats. Sean Moody in 9th. Rudda 9000 in 10th. Denial in 11th. Tied with Degenerate Dane. UFC Ape in 13th. Promoter Picks in 14th. 16th is Brandor. 17th, tied with me, is Kiwi. Skeletor in 19th. Not in the AM, bro. In 20th. 21 is Matua. And 22 is Granite. So I did absolutely trash on this card. Only picking 5 fights correct. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, we can talk about, Baku as a whole. Whatever you guys want. But this is mainly going to be a matchmaking show. And I'm going to need your guys' help. To see who will fight who next. Also, do you guys want to go top down or bottom up? What do you guys want to do? Came in damn near last. I did so terrible on this card. Oh, we have our so we got our special guest in the place. You guys seem to enjoy having this character on. What's up, Big Red? Good to see you.
Hey.
How you doing?
I don't know why. I couldn't tell you, but I'm glad to be here.
What?
I couldn't tell you why people would want me on here, but I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, well, because you're the immense red. You're the reddest man I know. Yeah.
That is flattering. That honestly, that's if women came on to me that way, that would work for them. That would really flatter me.
Yeah, and it's actually immense red this time, so
Oh, if she did that naturally, whew.
So they're requesting from the main event to the prelims. I say they, but it's literally just Anakin. But yeah, thank you, Anakin, for participating. So yeah, we'll go top down. So obviously, Khalil Rountree defeated Jamal Hill in that main event. Talk to me, Big Red. What did you think about the main event?
That was beautiful. I mean, you know how much I love Bangkok Ready Rountree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was watching with my girl, and we were both. I mean, I was giving her the lore on Khalil and why his name, John Hall sucks, like, just as a human. And the entire time, it was like a massage for my eyes. The opposite of eye bleaching.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Fight Night Frankie because he told me that Jamal would fight a lot more patient in this one, and he was totally spot on. Jamal fought very patient, tactful, oh, good to see Orange Cat in the place. Haven't seen him in one of my streams yet. Good to see you, and good to see Mr. C from Vietnam. Yeah, I think that played into Khalil's hands though. Like he fucked up by having a tactical game plan, and he got absolutely smoked. And one of the things that I think makes Jamal Hill fun, win, lose, or draw, is that he goes in and he puts on a fight. But in this instance, he fought really poorly and boring, and again played right into the hands of Khalil Rountree. So there's not even really a silver lining if you're
Honestly,
Jamal Hill.
I think he came in the first round, like, to not, for just energy expenditure, just, like, get, this is a 5 rounder, like, feel it out, feel, like, the distance and whatnot, get a sense of power. I don't think that his plan was to spend all 5 rounds docile like that. I think it took 1 round for Khalil Bangkok Ready Roundtree to turn his legs into ground beef encased in skin, and his legs were so shot that he couldn't even make it a scrap if he wanted to. Like, he was stuck in mud. I don't think that his game plan was to play it super, like, cautious. Because if you remember when at the very end of the first round when Khalil slipped, like, John Hall, like, rushed in, and it was like it was the most effective offense he had the whole time with landing that big shot.
Yeah.
At the end of the first. Yeah, like, I think that he was, like, he was sitting there, and he was gonna, turn into a scrappy fight, but he couldn't even close the distance after the first round because his legs were completely cooked. So he was throwing all arm punches. He couldn't use, like, his ability to quickly close, like, the distance in the footwork that comes with it. And when he did it, like, in this half-baked, like, way, and it actually ended up getting him, like, clipped. I don't think that the plan was for him to have this, like, technical thing, because he's not the technical guy. Like, just look at how he throws his punches. He's definitely not, like, technically sound. He's a brawler. So if that was if the coach really went to him and was like, yeah, let's like, point fight this, like as if he's Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, then he fought a bad fight and he's got a stupid corner. And I do think he also, just knowing his personality of not being able to, like, be critiqued or, like, have his ego and, like, hurt by any sort of, like, possibility that he's doing something wrong. His corner is all yes men. So I highly doubt they would, like, tell him anything to the contrary. I think that, and, like, my girl actually pointed out during the between rounds, at one point he comes back after getting completely cooked in the round. And he goes, "Can you tell my legs are hurting?" And no. All right. And then that was pretty much the extent of the conversation. Like, no. Hey, what am I doing? You didn't ask them, like, hey, what am I doing wrong, or, like, how do I change the tides? Do I appear to, like, have hurt legs? Nope. You're all good. You look great out there. All right, get back in there. Like,
keep doing what you're doing, buddy. You're looking great.
Yeah, you're looking great. I mean, I loved it. I would have been in the corner saying the same thing to him, but that's because I bet everything in the world on Khalil, and I love Khalil.
Yeah, and, like, I'm not the biggest Khalil guy, but I just am not a fan of Jamal. But yeah, good win for Khalil. And now it's time for the bulk and the meat and potatoes of the show, as they say. And we got a matchmake for the fucking guy. Have any matchmaking suggestions off the top of your head?
For Khalil?
Yeah.
Kaio Bahio?
I think isn't he a middleweight?
Nah, yeah. But I would love to see that fight.
Yeah. I think it should be Carlos Olberg next.
You think okay. I would love to see that fight, for sure. I'm somebody who thinks Carlos Olberg is an opportunist, and he's been in situations where he's been able to look good against people that, like, played into him looking good. But I still will never forget the fact that he got finished by Kennedy Nchukwu. So I'd like to see that. I think it'd be a win that Khalil would get more credit for, because I think a lot of people are high on Olberg.
Yeah.
Stylistically, it's a good one too. Let me think about that for him.
Yeah, and
Um,
I can go through some more top ranked contenders. Obviously, I mean you got Magomed Ankalaev as a champ. I don't think that this fight gives him a title shot. Yuri Prohaska,
I
Poatan.
can't
Poatan's
watch that fight. I cannot. I genuinely cannot bear the thought of Khalil fighting Yuri because Yuri's my favorite fighter of all time. He's my countryman too. And then I could not watch either of them lose. I would hope that they both get a majority draw and then they both move up the rankings.
So there's Blahovich floating around out there, but he's on a
Dominic Reyes. What about Dominic Reyes?
Ooh, Dominic Reyes. That's a good one. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. Dustin
Yep.
Jacoby,
And
Anthony Smith, and Nikita
exactly.
Krylov. I don't mind that either.
I think that's my final decision because, Reyes, Rountree's got a real name to him, right? If people want to see the redemption arc of Reyes, if he beats Rountree, that really sets him up for a one fight and in title thing, for sure. He moves up the rankings for it, and then Khalil on the back end, he's not gonna get in a Magomed Ankalaev fight, and I think Olberg probably, I kind of want to see Olberg take whoever, maybe Yuri. Maybe I would kind of want to see Olberg against Yuri because I think Yuri would really beat him. I like Reyes versus Rountree.
He just. Oh yeah. I mean, but Goldberg's on a really long winning streak. So you're telling me Yuri and Olberg, and then Khalil and Reyes for the final four of light heavyweight title picture.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I love Khalil, he got his title shot. He really made an account of himself too in that title shot. But
Sure.
it's not like he has this this tenure and this resume and everything to be getting one fight and then right back into the mix of fighting Ankalaev. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. I think he needs to go get another fight, and then we're talking about fighting something the number one contender, the champ, something that makes a lot more sense to me than him going right back to the top of the division. And Olberg's on that big winning streak. Just get somebody new in there. Give them a shot to shake things up. Probably won't, definitely won't, in my opinion. But and then Reyes versus Rountree is the tier 2 contenders bracket, losers bracket matchup.
Yeah. Okay. So we got some more suggestions. Mr. C says Yuri would KO Rountree, and then we would have a Max Holloway of the light heavyweight division. I don't know if the UFC wants that. I think that's a good point.
I can't watch that fight. I will never suggest that fight.
You can close your eyes. You can watch it like this through one eye, Asmat versus Khalil. Interesting. I don't think Asmat has deserved a shot at a guy that high up the rankings, personally. Matua says Khalil versus Rakic, and again, I'll put that in the poll. I'll make a poll right now. I'll put those two in the poll. But man, I don't think that as well. Let's see what's up with Rakic. 3-fight losing streak. You want to see him versus Khalil? I think he needs a softer touch.
I don't think I don't see Rakic versus anybody.
Why's that?
He just washed.
Damn. Hill versus Volkan Ozdemir. I mean, dude, you guys are treating. I mean, well, I don't know. I'll put
Volkan is not. He does not deserve that fight. Rountree is big.
Rountree's he's a top contender. I don't. Why does Volkan deserve that fight? Who did he just lose to?
Yeah, I mean, Ozdemir versus Konov would make sense. Azamat versus Konov versus Rosemir maybe, or Ozdemir versus Krylov. Oh, Ozdemir versus Bogdan.
Bogdan Guskat? Oh yeah, but we're not matchmaking for Ozdemir.
Yeah, I still would like to see that bold matchup. That'd be good.
Who's next? Shout out to everybody coming in. We got Chummy Boy hopping in. He says, I heard Khalil is doing better. I have to watch the fight back. Yeah, it was one of the fights definitely worth a watch. Osman was supposed to fight Khalil one time, and then Anthony Smith replaced him. Hill needs a win. He's got 3 L's in a row. Yeah, dude. I think Jamal Hill, he was fun because he went out there to, win, lose, or draw, like, have a good fight. And then that's not even the case anymore. He looked like dog shit out there. So
Jamal Hill. Yeah,
Jamahal?
send him back to the regionals.
Jamahal? His name is Jamal, but
Yeah, no, it's not. No.
oh, Hill versus I thought you meant Khalil versus yeah, I would like to see Jamal Hill versus Volkan Ozdemir. I mean, I guess we can make for him at the end. What was
Put
your
him back to the
suggestion?
regional team.
What was your suggestion again?
Oh, I said I'd like to see Khalil Rountree versus
Reyes.
Reyes.
Yes, Reyes. And we can slap Rakic in there. All right, the poll is up. Vote in the poll, and that will be the fight that we put up there. I think Olberg. I think Olberg is the better fight, but I guess now we can talk about like what do you think the company wants to do more. I think Dominic Reyes is an interesting one. Try to get him back into the title conversation. I don't know. I mean, I think Olberg is the next guy up. He's got the longest winning streak. A win over Khalil, I think, certainly makes it undeniable he deserves a title shot.
No, that's why I'm saying that he should be fighting somebody who's won out from a title shot as well. Like Khalil still needs another win to be in that conversation. I think So like putting Olberg against Khalil would be like Olberg probably wouldn't get a title shot after beating Khalil. So that just kind of gives Olberg an additional layer of like requirements. I think it'd be better if Olberg fought like Yuri or Magomed Ankalaev or something like that.
I really think that Magomed Ankalaev is a champ.
I mean Pereira rather.
I think it just depends on if they do the rematch with Pereira or not. Because now that John Jones retired, there's talk of Pereira possibly fighting Tom in his next fight. That's a conversation. We can do a whole nother stream on that. But I think that it just depends on if, let's just say if Pereira for some reason doesn't end up fighting Magomed Ankalaev, who is the next fighter they're going to slap in the fight? For Magomed Ankalaev's title defense, it probably would be Yuri. Unfortunately,
I think Yuri should fight Olberg then, and then the winner fights the belt.
Okay.
You can't give Yuri an immediate title shot just because he beat Jamal Hill.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna cast my vote in the poll. My vote counts for 100 votes though. So.
Yeah, no. To be fair here, don't forget. You should honestly. I think you should put your own suggestion of Olberg in and not Rakic, because what the hell are we rewarding Rakic for?
You kind of sold me on Reyes though. Like Khalil versus Reyes, that's a sick ass fight.
It would be a sick fight. Like a fight where there's nobody to hate. Like it was like there's a good story there for both of them winning.
Okay, it looks like we're literally. We got. The votes are changing rapidly. Reyes is pulling ahead though. I like it. Thank you guys for voting in the poll. Yeah, we'll matchmake for Jamal Hill at the end. We'll go through all the winners first. Reyes versus Khalil is legit. I think so too. And we'll give it one more minute. Yeah, Omega Red sold me on Reyes versus Rountree as well. Yeah, he did. That's why I wanted him on the show. He's got quite the way of convincing.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I went in and out for a second.
He has quite the way of convincing you. Like when he convinced me to go to the club with him in DC.
Yeah, I wanted to show. Well, we were there. We went there originally to watch the UFC, the fight card. Then we decided to just sit in the car and fucking watch it from there.
Good time.
Yeah, there was a bad time. There was never a good time to transition. Like, you know what I mean? If we were we can go in there, but we might end up having to wait around, and then we miss the fight, so we just stayed in the car. It was power play.
All right, The poll is in. The winner is Dominic Reyes. Omega Red Omegas it up once again. Let's get him on there. Let's get him on the block. By the way, did you watch this whole card?
Oh yeah, the entire thing. Didn't the shit.
Cool. Go to a go-go club. What the fuck is a go-go club? Is it a strip club?
Yeah, no, he's talking DC stuff. You wouldn't know nothing about that. You're just,
well, what would I know about DC?
You're a Mountain West boy from, they came to the big city. Got a little bit overwhelmed. Too much chaos going on.
City.
Yeah, he's fine. He had to hide behind me when the traffic and the horns were going off. He wasn't used to that much sound.
We're doing that.
We're doing this. The sound pollution was getting to him, and I was like, there. It's okay. It's okay. He saw no tumbleweeds. He was feeling like a fish out of water.
You guys should have seen how. Oh my god, dude! Tell him. Oh my. So we go to the White House. And we go to the White House, and we're I'm taking pictures, and there's cops around the White House, and fucking Big Red goes up to one of the cops, and he's like, "Hey," and the cop looks at him. He's like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, I thought you guys weren't supposed to move." And the cop he looks at his cop buddy like, "Man, fuck this guy." And Big Red literally is like, "Yo, cry about it," and he fucking walks away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same thing. They're guarding the Buckingham Palace. The ones that can't move, the White House people, they're not supposed to move. It's all the same shit. And the guy take a fucking joke. He fucking got up, puffed his chest out, oh, sorry, did that hurt your feelings? Did you take your job that serious? Maybe that's why you're on lawn duty outside. Maybe that's why you don't have a bigger responsibility in this organization. You're outside watching the front yard, and you got backup. You couldn't even do it by himself.
Good times. Thanks for showing me around DC, my friend. Isha, good to see you in the chat, my friend. He says Kevin Lee looked worse than Agapova begging Feldman for crack instead of cash in her PKFC debut. Holy shit! Did she lose to Jessica I? Kevin Lee versus Tony 2. Book it. Argenti said he will be only 45 minute flight. Yeah, Giuliano really wanted to come on the show, but I was like, no, son, my homie Big Red's going up. Dude has a Chimaev hairline. It's called a widow's peak, man. I don't know what to tell you. All right, so the next fight was Rafael Fiziev, really schooling Bahamundes.
I disagree with that classification. I think that Bahamundes started to open up on him, in the third round, and Fiziev he's a takedown guy now.
Oh, you're a wrestler now.
He's a wrestler now. I'm telling you, Bahamundes, I think he could have fought a fight that was a little bit more, I guess, flashy. He should have gone to the body a lot more. Probably should have chopped the legs down a lot more and used his range. But Fiziev, I was impressed by his wrestling. I did not know that he had that level in the arsenal.
Yeah, that's why I said he schooled him. He gave him an MMA lesson.
A little bit of an MMA lesson. Flat out schooled. I didn't say he completely outclassed him, but he definitely showed that there's levels and he's one above.
Yeah, that means he schooled him.
Maybe we take those words different levels of extreme. But anyway, yeah. So you ready to go? Yeah,
I'm seeing Dan Hooker in the chat. Let's check out Fiziev because now he's sort of in a weird spot. Had 2 fights with Gaethje. Let's see. Tapology has him at 9. Hooker's. I personally don't have a lot of interest in Hooker.
Not at all.
I mean, he's got to fight somebody, right? Would you have any suggestions?
I mean, I don't think Darius is so inactive, and I'm not really compelled to see him. And Moicano, I'm not interested. You know what? I'd like to see him fight Gamrot because I think he'd kick the shit out of Gamrot. Gamrot's way too high up there.
I think the Gamrot rematch is definitely my number 1 pick. Anyone else have any? I see the chat going Gamrot. Do we even need to do a poll for this one? Like Hooker's cool. Like that would be a fun ass fight. You have to admit.
It'd be a really fun fight. I just don't. But I don't think Hooker would even remotely like provide a level of competitiveness.
Idaho downloaded Bogdan versus Naimov to watch on repeat for 24 hours straight during his flight to Australia. What? All right. King Tersey suggests Hooker. So that's 2 for Hooker. I'll slap him in there in the poll. Tofik versus Fazeev doesn't make any sense, and I don't care. But
Wait. What doesn't?
Tofik Musayev? That would be a sick ass fight. It doesn't, but that would be a sick fight. All right, let's do it. Who's next? I think Gamrot rematch is kind of needs to happen. Gamrot.
Yeah, anything to get Gamrot just out of the picture. Fuck. Gamrot, you're what is he, number 7 or like number 6? You just need to beat Ludovic Klein, and he's like, by the way, debatably at best, like Ludovic Klein probably could have gotten the decision, and it wouldn't have been that crazy. And like Gamrot gets his hangout number 6 for that. Like Nate the Train, my number 2 favorite fighter of all time, fucking finished Ludovic Klein with a submission, and then apologized for it because he said that ain't gangster to submit somebody. He said, he lost credibility in these streets because he did a submission instead of a knockout. That's how unserious Nate Landwehr made him look. And then that same guy arguably beat Gamrot. So give him, feed Fazeev, Gamrot, and let's get Gamrot out of the rankings and back in the riffraff.
Let's see. Hooker can retire my boy Benny. Damn. What's up with you guys? Shout out to M1 Global. Shout out to M1 Global. Yeah. Shout out to this famous clip we got of an old friend.
God, I hate this fucking sport.
M1 never die. All right, dude. What is happening? Who the fuck is in the chat? Everyone's voting for Hooker.
Wait, really?
Yeah, like we have 10 votes. Somehow we have 10 votes, and everyone's going for Dan Hooker.
All right. Well, I guess they do want to. They just want to see a fucking slaughter. That's fine. I get it. I can go for a good,
Dan Hooker
assault, a good assault every once in a while. Dan Hooker's doing nothing.
Well, Dan Hooker is on a 3-fight win streak. He beat Gamrot, Turner, and Poya. I remember the Poya fight. That was embarrassing.
None of those people are on Fazeev's level.
Yeah. None AM, bro. Good to see you. He says Hooker is great. Damn, what the fuck? All right, you guys want to see Dan Hooker? I mean, I feel like it's got to be Gamrot.
I'm only looking at the chat. I'm only looking at the chat like in StreamYard. So what's the vote count? I mean, what's the percentage?
87%, 15 votes, 16 now. Everybody's voting for Dan. All right.
87%.
That's you guys are fucking
votes.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ! All right. Well, we don't get to decide what the public says.
Buckle up, boys. Nana Ambrose says Hooker beats Fazeev easy, dude. What the hell? You guys are
he's doing a bit. He's just rage baiting you. You getting baited.
By the way, good to see Chrissy J. She says Hooker 100. Hooker will fall faster than the CKB Stoltzfus looking Riddell. That's right. Remember when Fazeev knocked out Brad Riddell and he kicked him in the head, and then Brad Riddell started talking. He was like doing this with his hand, and he was like talking to somebody who wasn't there in the game.
Yeah. You're talking to his corner.
I don't know what he was saying. He was like saying.
He's trying to call a timeout. He's trying to call a timeout.
That's good shit. Yeah. So okay, we got an angle for this fight. Dan Hooker's gonna come and get some revenge for his boy Brad Riddell, who's probably on a farm somewhere in New Zealand right now.
Yeah, putting on those glasses so that he looks like a high IQ MMA fighter.
He did wear glasses sometimes, didn't he?
Yeah,
Right, well,
and he came in with this like I'm the cerebral guy of the house on the UFC like show.
all right, cool. All right, so we got Hooker. Z versus Hooker would be two brutal strikers that cannot make featherweight perfect matchup. That was something else that was floated around was Fazeev going down to featherweight. I don't know if that happens, but until that's announced, we're gonna pretend he's still a ranked lightweight.
I don't think that he could make that weight at all.
Roberdell, what happened to that guy? Somebody said Fazeev basically retired him. He's a trainer at Tiger Muay Thai. Funny enough, yeah, that is actually really fucking funny. Right where Fazeev trains. All right, Juliana really wants to hop on. You could enjoy the show while you're on your plane. I don't want that plane Wi-Fi fucking up the show.
Is he the guy? He's the one that did MMA Nerd again?
Yes.
He wants an impromptu rematch. I'd say no. You have to
No,
build yourself back up.
He wants to hop on the
title? Yeah. You still get. Yeah, you gotta build yourself back up. Get some wins under your belt.
All right. Next fight, Curtis Blades defeated Rizvan Kuniev in a pretty damn close fight.
I thought he didn't. No, the fuck
I thought
he didn't.
Kuniev won,
No, he
but
didn't.
I think you can make the case for Curtis Blades.
You can make that case, but you'd be doing the propaganda for Curtis Blades. That was the biggest scam. That was the biggest scam I've ever seen. I mean, now that's bullshit. I've seen way bigger robberies, but I mean, it was a fucking robbery.
Blades won. All right. You got any suggestions for one Mr. Curtis Blades? Do you just run it right back with Kuniev?
Yes, yes. I would love to see that, honestly, but no, I don't think it's what you do for the division. No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean this fight was weird for the division anyway. Burns versus Covington makes more sense. What's up, MMA Tubby? I think this dude's from Malaysia, I think, and he hopped in during the Rise stream where I got swarmed by 1,200 Malaysian people. Makes more sense than what? Now Blades won the first round. That was the only bad decision, and it was pretty fucking bad. You guys, I don't know, man. I think there's a case to be made for Curtis Blades to win. Blades lost. They should run a rematch with K1 rules. All right, so I'm getting some matchmaking suggestions for a rematch. The problem, I think, the biggest problem with this fight is like if Kuniev won, like then where does he fit into all this? Like Kevin Lee. But then if
I don't think that Blades
Curtis Blades. What's that? You don't think he should fight anybody?
Oh shit! Sorry, I completely lost signal.
That's all good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
But where did I cut off?
You said you don't think Blade should fight any.
Oh, anybody who's higher than him in the rankings whatsoever. He should be required to fight somebody behind him, like Waldo Acosta Cortez or Cortez Acosta. That'd be fine with me. So, but nobody above him. That win, he deserves no person above him in the rankings because he didn't win.
Well, yeah, but even in a win, right? He made it close with a guy. Basically, had one fight in the promotion and was kind of making his debut.
Exactly. So you have to go back in the rankings for him. You could. Derek Lewis is he still an active fighter?
Yeah, Derek Lewis is booked on the 12th.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see that get rematched because Derek Lewis hit a Hail Mary on Curtis Blades. Absolute Hail Mary. He was getting dogged that whole fight. So just for Curtis Blades' sanity, I'd like to see that rematch, but you can't do it because he's booked. So I mean, maybe.
Isha says Alvin Kuzi Hines is about to beat both of these bums before 2026. Who gives a fuck? Next, damn.
I'm waiting for Ishii to just shoehorn Phil to freeze in here somewhere.
Shoehorn. That's fucking great.
He's definitely going to.
Rizvan's Kuniev, his boxing was crisper than the cornflakes and steroids he was snacking on for brekkie. Rubber match for Aspinall as a favor for waiting for John Jones. God damn. Blades and Gone were my favorite heavyweight fighters 5 years ago. My, how the mighty have fallen. Damn. Teixeira versus Blades when he beats Lewis. Okay. We got some interesting ones. We got the rematch. I honestly I think like Tybura. But then it's like, that fight sucks. Do you do Shamil Gaziv?
Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Give him Spivak maybe.
Spivak is
boring fucking fight.
Spivak is booked against Waldo Cortez Acosta for the 23rd of August.
Oh, all the way out? Yeah, you can't even do anything with either of them.
Oh God, this is a terrible one to match. Peach Boy, yes, I like Peach Boy, the legend of Peep MMA. All right, let's do it. Who's up next? Who's next? For Blades rematch, Kuniev. I mean, I think you guys are tripping calling this a robbery, though. If anything, it was just
Mr.
a bad.
C, is that true? That fact from Mr. C is fucking crazy. The heavyweight division hasn't had a finish in over 3 months.
Wait, he said I must have missed the comment. We got a lot of people in here, which is I'm super stoked for. In 3 months, huh? What the fuck?
That's abysmal,
dude. That just speaks to the state of
dark ages. The heavyweight dark ages right now.
Yeah. Let's see what other suggestions did we have? Did anyone? I guess nobody even cares about this fight.
No, who honestly, who wants to see Blades after that anyways?
Taliesin after. Okay, winner of Taliesin versus Lewis. All right, there you go. Vote in the poll, everybody. Yeah, I mean, but again, it just puts Curtis Blades in a shitty ass spot. Like, this fucking fight booking made no sense.
That performance put all of us in a shitty ass spot. Curtis Blades, I don't really feel too bad for him. Watching that fight and watching him get that win was a shitty ass spot for everybody.
What happened was like he started. What happened?
Yeah,
was he started to like shoot that double leg or single leg like in the center of the cage, and then it was like super half-assed, and yeah, it just kind of fucked him.
The key to that is in the center of the cage. He didn't close the distance, and he was the one moving off the back foot. You know, he wasn't like getting him to the opponent to move back so they can take that shot and get him against the cage. He was just shooting it open air. And he was running into a tree stump of a person.
It was honestly strange. Waldo was booked against Sergey somehow. How was Waldo this far in the rankings? Yeah, I don't know. Next heavyweight champion, Waldo Cortez Acosta. Waldo got the last finish, I believe. Wow, what the fuck? Matchmaking for heavyweight, Aspinall gone. UFC 320. Vegas headliner, Sergey is already booked versus Costa. Volkov versus Almeida. Yeah. UFC heavyweight is so thin. Regional MMA is just like the Spike TV days. It's so awesome. Blades was beat up. He can sit out to the end of the year. Damn. At least he owned it. One round and then just could not employ his game plan after the first round. Yeah. Blades could make adjustments and beat Kuniev for real, which we don't need. We need roided up newbies to make the division interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Where can we donate to supply Rizvan Kuniev with Ozempic? That's good shit. All right. So you guys want the rematch. You guys want blood.
You want a right to be rated. I mean, a wrong to be rated.
I don't think it was really that. I don't know.
Well, what do you know? What do you know? You're hanging out with tumbleweeds over there. You know, I don't know what the
sure.
hell you were
yeah. No, that's a fair.
You probably only got to see half of it because the dish didn't have signal. Your dish.
Yo, fuck you, dude. All I can find is a PFL picture for this fat fuck. There we go. The dish. All right. We'll slap him in there. By the way, what'd you think of this card overall?
It started off horrible, and then the one fight that I did like was I love seeing what's his name the God Oban is that his name? Yeah. Get completely. He got so out like schooled. That was impressive to watch. But the card kind of sucked. It picked up at the end, I guess, but it was not a good card.
No, I don't think it was a good card. There were some good moments.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about that.
Like the Vizib Bob on his fight was great.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get this stupid picture up. I'm stalling. The chat is going fucking crazy right now. Can you read the chat for me?
Yeah, the Mono fight was awesome.
Yeah, versus what's his fuck?
Sadikov.
Yeah, Sadikov. Yeah, I mean that's contender for like fight of the year, if you ask me.
No fucking war. That was like I was thinking about getting an energy drink because the other fights would put me to sleep. That woke me right up.
Okay, let's go. What was next on this damn card? Oh, Miktelbek Oralbai fought Tofik Musayev. He commered him.
I love that Mongolian man. This dude's a man. He's the shit. I love watching him.
I mean, so what was funny about the fight is that before, like, while Tofik was warming up in the back, they like list his accolades, and the only thing they could come up with was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, and then he goes out there and gets fucking Kimura.
Yeah, that's really funny.
There's like some foreshadowing going on, honestly.
I love Oralbai versus Yoel Alvarez.
I mean, that's just way too high up the rankings.
I love that fight. I'm looking at a comment in the chat.
Oh, okay. God, I can't find this fuck. How fucking low in the rankings on Tapology is he?
Oralbai isn't ranked.
So I'm saying how low? Like I'm at 40 and I still don't see him.
You in the right division, bud?
This is a lightweight fight, right?
Huh, really?
Did he fight at 170?
He fought at catchweight his last two fights were at catchweight.
It was a 160. Oh, here he is. Fuck. Jesus.
It's funny that they have him. I think Tapology has him at 53 or something.
Currently he is 53.
Oh Jesus Christ! That's a scam.
Come on. All right, here he is. All right, so who is next for Mr. Miktelbek or Miktebek? I kept saying Miktelbek, like I don't know. So around his, I'll just keep naming names off. I think I got Terrence McKinney ranked above him. That's really funny.
Wait, you know that like I don't know how you have access to the lightweight thing, but when I just try to go to Tapology, it says that they are currently updating the page.
Okay. I got it up. Let's see.
yeah, that's it for once.
Let's see. Nazim is always in crazy fights. I didn't love the card maybe because I woke up at 2:30 a.m. for it. I don't know how this card is getting so much hate. Not bad, but it had a fun storyline.
You mean an overall storyline?
That's what Isha said.
But the card as a whole had a whole storyline. What is he referring to?
Somebody has Renat Fakhratinov versus Oralbai. That's interesting. I don't know. I feel like I feel like who did fucking Oralbai even beat? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, if you don't give him somebody good,
yeah, sure.
Holy shit! I just realized something. I just accidentally hit the arrow to the last people in the heavyweight rank. I mean, in the lightweight rankings. The last page. Guess who I see in the last page?
Who is it?
Kevin
JLS?
fucking Lee.
Oh,
He's ranked 900 in the current lightweights.
God, this fucking page always trips.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. That was the worst performance of all time. It was such a bad performance that on Isha's stream, I created an entire genre of content that was just people listing things that Kevin Lee looked worse than.
I don't think so. I don't think you can go past like 25 with him.
I mean, like, as far as like the rank, like how high up in the rank. I mean, we're not talking about giving him a ranked opponent, but like,
yeah, no, I understand. I'm just saying, like, I don't even think you could go past 25 because at 25, at 26 is Mauricio Huffy,
Nasrat Hakpress,
Manuel Torres, Hakpress is 19. That's
I like that fight.
How about Moises sounds interesting. I mean, I guess it just depends. I mean, he just finished Tafik Musayev, and he's always in a fun fight. Do we give him someone coming off a win, or does that even matter?
I don't think it matters at that point. I mean, I would actually like to see him fighting somebody who was like, you know, a little higher up, but just took a loss and like dipped. You know what I mean?
So yeah, Moises, Bonfim. That's kind of where I'm falling. Somebody said
Drew Dober. Drew Dober.
That would be a fun ass fight.
That would be awesome. Him versus Drew Dober would be sick.
Where the fuck is Renat Fakhratinov?
No, that's my choice. Drew Dober.
All right, I'll put it on the poll. What the fuck is that guy?
Literally, the GI Joe versus like the Genghis Khan the poster child. That's awesome.
You sold me on Tofik versus Jay Ellis. Oralbai is going to 170, staying at 55. Ooh.
Who do we see that Jay Ellis had a win over that was like notable? Remember we were doing that?
Yeah. Wait, Anakin's telling me he's gonna fight at welterweight.
Who? Oralbai?
Yeah.
Well, Drew Dober should go up to welterweight too because he's getting cracked at this weight. Like I think the weight cuts get into his ability to take shots.
All right. Well, Anakin, who should he fight at 170 then? Everyone just keeps saying Jay Ellis. Oh, Renat is 170. Okay. Oralbai has only made lightweight once in his UFC career. No way in hell the UFC lets him stay there. Okay.
He made it once.
All right. Bet. Sorry, we're in the wrong division. All right, here we go. Let's find this fuck on here. I think we should probably matchmake for Tofik though. I think he's gonna be a lightweight.
And I think for who?
Tofik Musayev. All right.
Something good.
Charles Radke, Sam Patterson. Eros Medic, he already beat, so I think you got to go a little higher than that.
Wait, why are we matchmaking for somebody who didn't? Oh, you mean who Oralbai beat?
No, we're matchmaking for Oralbai.
Yeah,
he's going to fight at 170.
Oh, it has to be at 170.
I mean, I'll put Drew Dober on there.
Oh, no, sorry. I thought this was your show, and I'm just like the color commentator, the red color specifically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
put Drew
we make
Dober
the
on.
rules. I'd say Drew Dober.
Yeah. Ooh, what about like Themba Garimbo?
Who though? I know who that is, but like, no. Give me put Orobai against somebody with a face card.
Zaleski?
Wait.
Zaleski dos Santos?
I don't even think that would be competitive.
You think Zaleski smokes him?
I think Zaleski is really old now.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good name.
We
put him up against Michael Chiesa.
Oh, that would be fun.
Dalby?
Nicholas Dalby? Who said that?
I just said it.
Nah.
All right, we need some names because all we got is fucking Drew Dober. Rollby versus D-Rod. Okay.
D-Rod would be fun. Oh, Mike Davis.
Ooh, dude, you fucking sold me on that, dude. Yes.
Mike Davis.
Who did Mike Davis just fight? I think he's booked.
But he's booked, but he's only booked in like less than a month from now. So it's like they're basically coming off fights at the same time.
Oh, and Mike Davis is 55. I don't think he can't make the weight. Rollby can't make 155. Okay, well, we're matchmaking for him at 55, so it's like.
Yeah, but who's setting the rules on that?
Yeah, but like I'm pretty sure he's gonna fight at 170. So.
Did he say that?
No, but the promote he hasn't made weight ever. I think he made weight once at lightweight.
Yeah, he did make it once. Okay, well,
I'm having a hard time with this one. I think D-Rod, somewhere around there, D-Rod, Dalby, Chiesa, just kill off Chiesa.
Kill off Chiesa.
Oh, you know who should fight? You should fight Kevin Holland.
Kevin Lee.
Kevin Holland.
Kevin Lee. No, Kevin Holland's way too high up. He didn't earn that.
All right.
I mean, this is fight sure, but Kevin Holland, we already agreed also that Kevin Holland for the balance of the MMA world, he must lose his next fight. So
that is true.
People do not get too gung ho on Kevin Holland, and they remember who he is and where he stands.
All right. So we got a couple names now. How many fights does Tofik have on his contract? Probably way too many. All right, so we'll do who's next for Oral by. Oh, that's a fucking Q&A.
I refuse to give a welterweight suggestion.
Yeah, no worries. What is happening here? It's not letting me start a poll. It's a live show, ladies and gentlemen.
It's because he doesn't know how to use technology.
Okay, all right.
He's just now learning how to use a computer, y'all.
You know why? It's because I didn't end the last poll. That's what's happening.
Computer, and you're trying to call the operator now. You're probably gonna get on the phone with Microsoft.
Good to see Cheddarhead. Yeah, he says maybe what's his fuck name? Neil Magny. I don't think that Oralby has put in enough work yet to.
No, he has to get fight. Yeah, he has to get a fight lower down than that.
Mike Malott, I don't know. Yeah. Okay,
let's
so
not get ourselves. I like Oralby, but let's not act like he didn't. Like, he just beat somebody that is a big deal. Like Cody, great. I mean Tofik, yeah, cool. Nice.
Tofik Musaev's dope though.
Yeah, I mean it was his fucking UFC debut.
Yeah, but he had a long career in MMA.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He fought such people as post-relevant Patricky Pitbull. He also fought Sydney Outlaw, real, talent there. And then yeah, and then he beat up on Takeda and Okada.
I cannot spell Michael Chiesa's stupid ass last name.
Chiesa.
Chiesa. All right. Chie. That doesn't sound right either. All right, and then Oralby versus Bonfim is my pick. All right, so okay, well I'll put it in because I actually thought that
I actually like that too because I want to see if Bonfim gets broad
but
checked again.
we're guessing all of these would be at 170 pounds. So
Yeah, but I can't. I refuse to give it a welterweight suggestion until I hear it from Genghis's best soldier himself.
I like the Michael Chiesa fight. It's a good scalp on his resume, if you ask me.
The Chiesa fight.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do like seeing a good Chiesa bashing, and that would certainly be that.
100%. Wonder Boy and Old Dog. Yeah, what's up, Leandro? Good to see you. Holland. I kind of like the Holland fight.
Wonder Boy? No, come on.
Holland's just gonna fight whoever and lose his next fight. So
yeah, he has to lose, but it's for the balance of the MMA world.
if he doesn't lose, then I think the fabric of reality itself will be ripped
No, that's
apart.
true. Like, you know, this isn't COVID. He's not COVID Kevin.
Alex Morono versus Oralby sounds terrible. Like I don't want to see Alex Morono.
Alex Morono's built like a bag of milk. I don't want to see him get conquered.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Chiesa is in the running right now. And Bonfim is 29. Luque was bad against Holland. Yeah, he was like the finish was embarrassing. It was like Kevin Lee levels of embarrassing.
No, nothing was. That was the worst performance in the history of MMA.
I don't know about that.
No.
Me and Big Red were debating that.
Show me a performance from somebody that was at that level that was worse.
Cyril Gahn, John Jones.
That was are you fucking kidding me? That was nowhere near as bad as Kevin Lee put out there.
Oh, there he goes. Good. Holland's resume matches the Fibonacci sequence perfectly. Morono is eating Doritos behind the play-by-play mic and copyright striking my channel. Fuck that. All right. I don't know what happened to Big Red, but I'm sure he'll be back. All right. Looks like Chiesa is in the running. Do you guys agree with the illustrious Omega Red though that was the worst performance ever in an MMA fight? Cody Garbrandt had some bad ones. Yeah, he did. All right, looks like he fucking left. He couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle arguing with me anymore. All right, so we'll put oh yeah, and yeah, shout out to Big Red. Even if he doesn't come back for and there he is. Shout out to him for making these shows interesting. You're back. Good to see you. How are you, Immense Red? Hello? Hello? I don't know what happened. We'll let him figure out what the fuck he's doing. All right, let's put him in there. And by the way, this Google slide here, this is like UFC uses this, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. Okay, he's gone again. Watch him just come right. Oh, there he is. Yo, can you hear me?
Why can't I hear you?
Okay, good. You're back. How are you? How are you doing there? Are you at the store or something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What the fuck?
I can hear you, buddy. Loud and clear. Chief. By the way, calling him buddy, that was I kind of hate when people call me buddy, unless they're Canadian.
By the way,
what's up?
There we go. Now we're working.
All right, we're cooking with gas. Big Rod sounds like he's driving a
Driving
93 Civic.
No, that's
What
actually
kind of
my
Mercedes?
1994 Isuzu Hombre.
All
That's
right,
what I'm driving in.
so the next person we're gonna matchmake for was the guy who had the best performance in his home country. It's Nazim Sadikov, fight of the year contender, all that fun business. I think he deserves a big fight. Nicholas Moto wasn't the like highest ranked dude in the world when he fought him. But still.
Oh wait, hold on. Very important. I got to pause you right there. Where did I cut off in my critique of Kevin Lee's performance?
I don't know. You go ahead, just hop in.
So let me tell you something. Kevin Lee looked like his legs were shot with horse tranquilizers before the fight. Like he looked like he personally drank 2 pints of lean out there. He didn't land a single strike. You're gonna tell me Cyril Gahn's performance was comparable?
Yeah.
Like Kevin Lee didn't even land a suggestion of a punch. I'm pretty sure Kevin Lee was the only person I've ever seen in my life that had to so their synapses were telling their body to do something, and he had to manually read each of the signals word for word. He couldn't just do it. You know what I mean? There was some sort of disconnect. It was the weirdest display ever. How are you ever going to compare that to John Jones and Cyril Gahn? Kevin Lee stood there, got hit, and thought, "Hey, you know what? It would be a really good idea. Stand in the exact same place and just maybe like right as his opponent's about to throw a strike of your own, just so that there's no possibility that your arm accidentally blocks his strike. Go out there and make sure that you take the biggest brunt of this strike that you possibly could, get wiped out clean, and then lay belly down on the on the mat.
Okay, wait.
For
Remember
extra
when? Okay,
cartoon.
wait, hold on. How about when Claudio Poyas fought Dan Hooker? Remember he got hit, and then he instantly went to Scooty Puff Jr. on the ground, fucking like scooting, and then Hooker would let him up, and then he just kept doing the same thing.
Even then, did you watch the Kevin Lee fight?
I
with
watched
me?
the fucking Kevin Lee fight.
Kevin Lee went out there and it stood there like he
but
his
just
arms
like
were straight. His arms were
proclaiming
straight
it's the
forward.
worst performance in MMA history is ridiculous.
It
Remember
was
when
the
that
worst
fucking guy-
performance in history.
Remember when James Thompson
At that
fought-
level? No, you're not hearing me. At somebody who was at the level he was at, that was the worst performance of somebody who's gotten to like that level that he was at.
So Gadzi
You know,
Romanov
same guy who
and
knocked
Kevin
out
Lee
Gregor
was, like,
Gillespie.
UFC 300 level of fight.
No, dude, the same guy who knocked out Gregor Gillespie and know people still haven't found Gregor Gillespie. He's missing. The person is a missing person to this day.
Yeah, I think I saw him on a milk carton the other day.
Nobody's seen. Yeah, exactly. Nobody's seen him. That same guy, you're gonna tell me, goes out there and Kevin Lee fought like those striking dummies that just have two arms sticking straight out. You know what I mean? That are just there to be hit. That's what he did. Except even that thing could probably walk and was more coordinated than Kevin Lee looked in that fight.
Kevin Lee looked like he was from the Kentucky State Fair. They greased his side of the octagon. It was rigged. Kevin Lee looked like a baby deer.
It looked like it looked like he was just trying to learn his legs, or his legs were asleep. Like he was sitting on them funny, and then he fell asleep, and then he had to try to use them.
Kevin Lee was about to come back and destroy Gadzi. I don't give a fuck.
Kevin Lee looked like he was.
I don't give a fuck if the decision's rigged.
I think he looked like Kevin Lee was sitting on one of those teacup spinning rides for like an hour, and then had to go out there and try to fight after being completely tossed around like they do at the halftime show.
Dude, Ollie is giving Kevin Lee. Dude, Ollie giving Kevin Lee that fight should be investigated for attempted murder. Kron Gracie, not even an honorable mention. Yeah, like Kron Gracie, Kevin Lee got dropped 4 of 5 times. Bambi had better legs than Kevin Lee in that fight. Imagine having to fight Renat and Gadzi. Yeah, Sage Northcutt in 1. I seen a guy at my local Shell gas station drop and fall like Kevin Lee hitting the Galaxy. What? Oh, God. Kevin Lee had Whitehead legs. So sad Whitehead lost today. Check out the clip later. I'll tell you. All right.
Kevin Lee's performance against USADA.
Ryan Hall.
His performance against USADA was better than his performance in that fight.
Ever. Anyway, it's. I think you're exaggerating. I don't think it's the worst performance ever in it.
From somebody at that level that he was at, yes, it is.
No, it's not.
He looked better in his fight against USADA.
Yeah, with the Adderall. I think you're exaggerating.
No, I'm not.
It was a bad performance. It was a very bad.
It wasn't a performance.
Right.
It was a
But
fucking
you know who had a
mockery.
good performance? You know who had a good performance? Nazim Sadikov. He had a great performance, and we're gonna matchmake for him.
Yeah,
So,
give him Kevin Lee.
Give him Kevin Lee. Just bring Kevin Lee back and
Bring him back from where? The dead?
I think Nas had a really good fight, and see him fight somebody up the rankings, not Kevin Lee. Press Ziam. He's on a big winning streak. I think you do. Press Ziam would be fun. Do we spike Grant Dawson and have him fight Nazim Sadikov? Okay, well, Nazim had a great performance, but also I think it's worth noting that he did almost get finished in that fight.
I mean, what about this? What about we find wherever the hell Gregor Gillespie took himself and Arnold Allen along with him, and then we get Arnold Allen out of that car, and then he fights Sadikov.
I'm down. Ryan Hall versus Topuria. Yeah, that was a bad one. Nazim versus Ignacio. I like it. I like that fight.
That's way
Ryan
too.
Hall.
That's a way high, big of a jump, I think.
Okay, Moto versus Tofik. That'd be sick.
Beating
Ron at
Moto
least
does
was able
not
to
give you
apply
a
an
Bahamondes
armbar
fight.
where Bryce had to defend it and escape from it. You don't think he was doing the old rope-a-dope a little bit? Yeah. No, he wasn't. He was getting fucked up against Mota. I like the suggestion. Big Hank, by the way, good contributor to the show. He said Ignacio. I think that's interesting.
It's a big.
Arnold Allen
It's just
is
a
too busy
big
getting-
jump. You're talking about Bahamondes just fought Fiziev. You think?
Oh, you know what? That was another really bad. That was another really bad one. Was Dan Hooker versus Arnold Allen?
That was gonna be a thing. Wait, who suggested that? What do you mean?
Oh no, I was saying. Remember when Dan Hooker fought Arnold Allen and he dropped down to featherweight for some reason and he got literally destroyed and cooked? Nazim versus Bonfim rematch. I think that Nazim has moved past Bonfim.
No, you know what? I got the perfect one. I think I got the perfect one. I think Manuel Torres.
Torres is fun. He is coming off a loss.
Really fun.
He's coming off a loss.
No, he's not. He beat Drew Dober. He knocked out Drew Dober.
You're right.
In the first round.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's a sick ass fight, dude.
I love that fight.
Okay, well we'll slap that in there. How about Ludovic Klein?
Ludovic Klein. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he did fight Gamrot just recently. So I don't know if Klein does have a name for, and he beat. If you ask me, I think he beat Gamrot. So I don't know if it makes sense there, but I think that Ludovic Klein is the type of fighter that takes the fun out of fights, and you wouldn't want to have Sadikov fight somebody who's not going to give you fun. Manuel Torres, he'll give you fun.
I feel like it's a little early for Torres and Sadikov. No.
What do you mean? You want to see them both higher up?
Yeah, I do.
So you're big on both of them?
I think those are two really fun contenders. I don't want to kill them off just yet.
I mean, I think you build one of them off the other.
Sure.
Or you just make both of them. You honestly, if this is a slugfest back and forth, you build both of them up regardless of who wins.
Nazim versus Chandler. Ooh, I like that fight. Actually.
Why would Chandler even if you're gonna be accepting fights against Sadikov, just hang him up.
Yeah, but he's the UFC's bitch at this point.
I mean, yeah, but this guy.
I think he's gonna get a big fight.
Yeah, he's gonna get a big. Oh, you mean Sadikov?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying Chandler's only ever been in big fights. If you're taking the Sadikov fight, you know how big of a step back that is to take number 30 in the division all of a sudden?
Yeah, but he's gotten cooked by fucking everybody he's fought.
Yes, but I'm saying if you're Chandler, it's just a bad business move.
Yeah,
you're taking a killer with no name card.
But Michael Chandler does nothing but bad business moves in the last couple of years.
Yeah, but I mean, he just not.
Sadikov sounds like a Soviet sleep medicine. That's hilarious, Leandro. All right, so we got Bonfim, we got Torres, and then Bahamondes. And I guess we can slap Ludovic Klein in there. All right, vote in the poll, guys. Dana White privilege. Yes, the old Dana White privilege. But yeah, I mean, Arnold Allen, he cooked Dan Hooker in like 5 seconds. No, it wasn't 5 seconds.
Yeah. That's why I'm sitting here going. You guys want Dan Hooker? Do you want Dan Hooker to fight? Who was it that you guys were saying Dan Hooker?
No,
should
I'm not
fight
saying. I'm
earlier?
trying to say that was one of the worst performances I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember. Like, who was it? Who were we talking about? Him, Dan Hooker fighting again? Was it Fazib?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. See, no, okay. So Dan Hooker gets wiped clean by Arnold Allen, and you want to give him Fazib, and that made sense.
A
And
long
now
time
you
ago.
want to give him Sadikov? No,
I never said Dan Hooker versus Sadikov. I'm
Dan
just trying to
Hooker
say
versus
that was one of the
nobody.
worst performances. Like I'm going back to the debating of the
Kevin
fucking
Lee.
performance in MMA history.
Kevin Lee.
Fucking Big Red has a bone to pick with Kevin Lee.
I got Hank the Tank looking better in that fight against him than Kevin Lee looked in that fight. At least Hank would be smart enough to run.
Chandler has like one fight left in his career. Yeah. When you get knocked down, you have to get strapped into your bootstraps and get back up because that's what men do in life. There are no shortcuts, and you must do your best to reach the top. See you at the top, Michael Chandler, maybe. Surprised Bahamundes didn't look better against Fiziev. Good to see Lord of the Pies.
Yeah,
What
I
pie is
pointed
your
out to
favorite pie?
I pointed out to so many people that his name's Ignacio, like the Nacho Libre.
Encarnacion.
No, that's
You can't
that's
become
the
champion
girl.
if you're not willing to die, says Michael Chandler. Yeah. So we got 5 votes.
Can't be champion until you die in the ring, which is Michael Chandler.
I'm gonna vote Klein. 60% for Bahamundes right now, or 50%. It's going down a little bit. Vote in the poll, you guys.
Way too big of a jump in the rankings.
Oh, Nacho Libre is one of the best kid comedy. I never really liked the movie, and then
It's my fourth favorite movie besides all three of the Austin Powers movies. It's my fourth favorite movie of all time.
What's your favorite moment in any Austin Powers movie?
What's my favorite moment in any of them? I mean, that's a fucking tough question. I'd probably say, fuck. I think in the beginning of the second one when you got Robin like Spitz in the club, the girl that like just would not die no matter what. That was really fucking funny. Have you seen the movies?
Yeah.
Are you asking me
One
that
that
in
always
like a
sticks with me
condescending
is,
way?
huh?
Are you asking that in a condescending way? You're gonna give me flack that Austin Powers isn't a great movie?
No, I never. No, yeah, I've seen the movies. I haven't seen them in a long time. Just one that always sticks with me. Obviously, there's the classic, $1 million. And then I like the
100 billion fulfilling shabaloo million.
I like the part where
Again.
he's in that like tight hallway, and he's like trying to turn around, and he gets himself stuck.
Yeah. In the first
That one
one.
always sticks with me. I don't know why.
In the first one, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I should go back and watch them. Can we
No,
get a
you know
one night?
what scene always made me laugh really hard was when he fought Fat Bastard in like the sumo locker room, and he had the wire fighting team.
Can we get a one night 4-man tourney between Kevin Lee, Jay Ellis, Tony Ferguson, and Tawfiq Musayev? Tawfiq Musayev murders all of them.
Yeah.
Tawfiq Musayev would knock each of them out.
Can we throw Alex Morono in there too?
No.
And then Chiesa.
Oh, in the tournament.
Yeah, Morono and Chiesa go there too.
Do I make you Randy, baby? Do I? We've already tried out preparation A through G. Now you have to go preparation H. All right, it looks like
On the whole,
Bahamundes
preparation
is
H feels good.
Let's put him in there. This is the part of the show that gets brutal, by the way, because then we start getting. We're at the matchmake for Alexiva and fucking Daria Zeleznikova.
I mean, this is what happens. You bring somebody who's completely scattered right on here, and now look at it. That's why I'm saying I have no idea why you keep making the same mistake bringing me on here.
No, it's perfect because I would have just been here like, and then like 4 people would be in here. So I appreciate you.
Even I tune myself out, buddy.
All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Bahamundes is in there. Okay. All right. Next motherfucker that fought was Muhammad Naimov. He had a fight with a man in a cage in Baku, which, by the way, Baku is a shitty ass place, and Azerbaijan is a shitty ass country. Should never do an event there. Anyway, Mohammed Naimov, he fought Bogdan Grad, and the fight was fine. It was a fight that happened.
under the unified MMA rules.
Yeah, the unified rules. Naimov versus Giga. Ooh, I like it. Zip it up, zippy long stocking.
He's doing an Austin Powers thing.
Yeah. That's sick. God damn it. Okay, what fucking stupid ass division did they fight? Oh yeah, featherweight.
Yes. It's stupid ass division now.
My hype for this show is wearing thin.
How about this? How about this? Naimov, boring, annoying, boring. How about you just take the two boring ass people in the division and you just stick them together? Pat Sabatini versus Naimov. There you go. There's a fight that I can go to the bathroom for.
Patty Sabs? I like Patty Sabs.
Nope. Go to the bathroom.
God. Okay, Naimov. The dude that got cooked by fucking Felipe Lima. All right. You got William Gomez, Nathaniel. I mean, he had a bad performance, so yeah. I guess you just give him Pat Sabatini and we all just groan how the UFC sucks.
Hey, look, you take two unwatchables. I guess Pat Sabatini is entertaining in a loss.
True. How about Gabriel Santos?
Gabriel Santos?
Yeah.
Isn't he behind him in the ranking?
Yeah, he is. Did we go up?
I think
we give him.
people are gonna be like, oh, now you involved. Just there's somebody higher up now. He's
how about Nathaniel Wood?
5-1. No, I imagine that.
Oh, he's already lost him when I'm off. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, I know that people love the 5-1 record, but
I guess you do Pat Sabatini. I don't even have a better.
Yeah, but Naimov got finished by Felipe Lima. All right, how much are we really going to reward that 5-1 record again? I mean, yeah, he did beat Nathaniel Wood. But are we really going to reward Bogdan
got robbed. I thought he got
that much for going to the rankings? No.
Yeah, I think that you can't really get mad whoever wins the fight when the fight wasn't that great and either fighter did too much to win.
Nope.
Grad needs to grow some hair. He's looking like a baby. Bogdan versus Bogdan, lightweight versus light heavyweight. Naimov is 5-1 in the UFC and he's a high ranked fight.
Oh, I literally called that somebody's gonna say that.
Who is the biggest cheater in the division? Give him Naimov. Yeah. Naimov is kind of a dirty fighter. And he has some shitty ass wins though, Anakin. You got to admit his wins are not awe-inspiring. Anakin has this like weird bit that he does where he's like obsessed with fighters from the Asian part of Europe. The Eurasian plate.
Wait, hold on a second. What in the fuck is going on Tabology? Max Holloway is one rank above Naimov in the division.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I think it's I think it's because he. I don't know. That is actually very strange. He should be ranked.
No, there's no explanation. There's no explanation. He's fighting against Dustin Poirier next.
Yeah, I say Patty Sabs. Big Ank has Giga. I like that. Charles Jourdain, I think he's a bantamweight now.
Oh, you know what actually would be kind of fun?
Because I mean Central Asia. Sorry, Central Asia. Central Asia.
You know what would be fun that like I would like because the guy he's fighting with is really fun and it maybe could turn Naimov into something watchable is Hyder Emil.
Okay, so the winner of Hyder Emil versus
Delgado. And yeah,
Jose
Hyder Emil
Delgado.
fights this week.
All right, I could get behind that. I'll put that in the poll. Who's next for winner of Hyder fights like it's 1999.
Yeah, exactly. It's sweet.
Emil.
Naimov can use a little bit of excitement. You know, I get it. Yeah, you knocked out Jamie Malarkey. What have you done for me lately? The guy's last name is Malarkey, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of malarkey going on in his fights.
Literally.
Who the fuck else did I say? Yeah, Patty Sabs.
You said yourself. You said you versus Naimov.
Yeah.
In what state are you from again? Like Iowa, some shit, Wyoming,
Illinois.
Yeah. In whatever stadium you guys have out there. Like probably the biggest one is probably a high school stadium. So in insert high school here,
Yeah.
stadium.
I mean, it's the where the Boise State Broncos play. Would you
Oh,
rather
that-
look like Malarkey or Marab? That's a great question.
Would you rather look like Malarkey or Marab?
I mean, I probably look.
Malarkey creeps me out. Like,
Yeah, he kind of looks like a villain, like in a 1940s film.
I think if he shaved his head.
Yeah. Like, hey, give me the money. See.
Yeah, yeah, he does. I think if you shaved his head, he would look like what are those things? You know, like the what you call them? God.
Those things. Yeah.
Oh, shut up. God, what are they called? The fucking Gollum from Lord of the Rings. A little bit.
Oh yeah, what's the orcs? Or you talking about the fucking my precious guy?
Actually, both. He just creeps me out. His build is weird. He looks like he smells.
You know, he's from Australia, and he kind of fits the bill of like classic guy in Australian prison.
Yeah, no, it's the orc. He looks kind of like one of the orcs.
Hey, I thought Anthony Smith and Bogdan Guskov were orcs, and now he's an orc too. He's one of the skinny orcs. Yeah.
Exactly. And also, yeah, he looks like. I mean, look if you look at the first picture of Jamie Malarkey on the internet. Look at it.
All right.
Go look at what his face looks like. Even he looks like he's trying to like not see that picture. Like he's trying to like squint or look away from it because he doesn't want to look back at it.
Nice guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy.
How asymmetrical has his face?
I'm not gonna shit all over
become.
Or Jamie.
Why is his face to the right of his head?
Like he could be Mr. Incredible's like offspring.
His face looks like it's like they shifted it like 2 right arrow keys to the right in Photoshop. It's not aligned into the middle of his head. It doesn't make sense.
I agree. Yeah, poor Jamie Malarkey, man. That is, I mean, what did he?
It's criminal that I'm doing it to like a quasi redhead guy, but redheads are ugly as hell, and I'm like the only one keeping us afloat, so I don't really feel too bad about it.
Malarkey looks like he lets the dude that smashes him, that smashes his wife. Wait, what?
Malarkey's so fugly that his eyebrows have run away from him altogether.
Malarkey looks like he lets the dude that smashes his wife beat him up. Damn.
Look at Malarkey and tell me why this dude has no eyebrows. They've run away from the scene.
I don't know what to tell you. It's medically fascinating. I understand, but so you would rather be 5'3" Marab? I mean, I'm 5'6".
I'd probably be one of the best in the division's history. Yeah.
Yeah. Grad looks like a golem. Have you seen the Wikipedia picture of Marab? I have not. Oban is a gleer. I don't even know what that is. Malarkey looks like if cauliflower ear grew into a human.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's funny as fuck.
That's good. I don't know if you see
nose is shifted to the right. No, see that's the thing. Marab's nose, yes, it's shifted to the right, but Malarkey's whole face is shifted to the right. I don't even understand how that's possible.
All right, it looks like Giga is in the running. I don't know if you see JDM down under. tape your nose to the right and say I complete. What? I just said look like him, not be him. You wouldn't be the best bantamweight. I mean, I think I look closer to Marab than Malarkey. Got
Malarkey's way
alopecia.
uglier, if you ask me personally. But
He's got
anywho.
alopecia. Breathe me
Anyways.
again, it got flagged. All right. Yeah, so it's Giga Chikadze.
That's who you got?
That's who the fans voted for.
Yeah, do we even do any other recommendations, or we just got sidetracked? I did Hyder and Meal. That's right, and Patty Sabs.
I put it in there.
Yeah, I see. I remember now. All
right, the heart wants what it wants.
All right, let's get it moving.
All right, let me get Giga's bald head ass up in this motherfucker real quick. We used to have hair. That's wild.
Who used to have hair?
Giga Chikadze. remember the Giga kick? Remember when that was a thing?
Yeah. You were acting like that was like the Falcon Punch of MMA.
Straight up. Fools were hyping up the Giga kick way too much. All right, Giga Chikadze is on the board.
What?
Oh, I said Giga Chikadze is on the board. The next fight was Sokyon Ko. And he absolutely schooled poor Mr. Oban Elliott. What did you think about this fight?
That was awesome to watch because, I mean, he was a 5.5 the one favorite Oban Elliott was right before the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was an absolute schooling.
Yeah.
And Oban Elliott had no business getting that kind of height. Yeah, I get it. You got a cool knockout against High-Fez, but like otherwise he fought Val Woodburn, he fought Preston Parsons. They weren't that exciting. And what the fuck gave him the right to be a 5.5 to 1 favorite in that fight? It was actually like it felt like vindication. It felt like justice was served.
Yeah, it said he was. Yeah, he was a huge underdog, and he beat him literally everywhere. It was
everywhere. He schooled him from pillar to post. Schooled him.
By the way, dude, South Korea's been on a tear recently. South Korean's been doing really good in the UFC lately.
Yeah, and then let's get the Korean Superboy back in the mix. See if he can build off of that good vibe.
Yeah, I'm with that. All right, so we got some motherfuckers we can matchmake for him. Oban Elliott had a lot of hype, but he wasn't. Oh God, what is happening to this?
Yeah, Giga Chikadze, he's got like the Squidward forehead.
Oban Elliott had a lot of hype.
Yep.
Oh God, welterweight's getting kind of jam-packed up at the top, isn't it?
Wait, you're talking about making a fight for Seok, right?
Yes, whatever the fuck his Asian ass name is.
That was it. Galich.
Do an all Asia showcase.
You do a Korea versus China.
Yes, the Battle of Nations.
That would be fun.
I think you do. God damn it! What the fuck? Give him Ponzinibbio.
What? Are you glitching?
Am I?
No, I don't. Where do you keep going? God damn it! At.
Oh, I don't know who the fuck to matchmake for this fuck. You give him anybody. You literally give him anybody.
Levels are running that low.
Yeah, well, I mean, when it gets into the prelims, it's just like who even cares, you know?
I mean, I kind of want to know who he fights next, and I like Leach.
Okay, I'll put him on there.
Oh, why don't we just get him with what's his name? We just set him up with Gustafsson, Andreas Gustafsson, because remember last time we did this, I wanted to see Gustafsson get his ass whooped. Feed Gustafsson to him.
Yeah, I remember I was gonna suggest that myself.
Like that.
Wait a second, the chat's going off on something. All right, let me see. Casuals is degenerating. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oban is Idaho's real name. Oban is way uglier than Malarkey. Falcon Punch. Ko versus Andreas Gustafsson. Billy Goff versus Oban. Giga look like his head stores all this cardio. Oban is the biggest fraud in UFC history. Wow, that is quite the accusation.
He was a big fraud, but I mean, I don't think he had enough hype to be enough.
Yeah.
He wasn't high enough to fall far enough.
The Korean Mike Tyson, the Russian Ronda, and up next the Israeli Bryce Mitchell. Wow. Zionist Bryce, the Palestinian Netanyahu, Muslim Benjamin, the Gaza kick. Wow. All right, nobody has any suggestions, so nobody really cares.
No, I gave you two.
Yeah, the Leech and Gustafson. We'll slap it in there.
I like the Leech. I like Korea versus China. Build up that tension.
I don't know. Like, is the Leech even fighting anymore?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Leech. Gus.
Yeah, the Leech is gonna be fighting you. I'm gonna send him to you. Come
Really?
fast for a statement like that. Don't talk about my Leech like that. That's my dog. I personally.
I would take a
met
dive
him.
and give him the win. Like I like the Leech.
He came up to me. He came up to me on his own accord to tell me that my outfit was cool.
I'm gonna suggest. I don't think they would give him Ponzinibbio.
But you're always trying to like bring Ponzinibbio into the fray.
Yeah, because I want to see Ponzinibbio be killed off finally.
What is your beef with him?
Nothing. He just I don't think he's good anymore. I want to see him lose and get killed off. I want to see the contenders eat him alive.
Yeah, but I don't think that if you want to see Ponzinibbio kicked, ended, then he needs to get ended. I don't think that CX is going to end him. I don't think he's going to not completely batter him.
I think those are the only two matchmaking suggestions that I got. Anyone got any other ones?
Gunnar Nelson.
Gunnar Nelson.
No, I gave you mine.
I mean, those are the only two good ones. Carlos Leal is booked. He's booked against Muslim Salik. All right, we got the two matchmaking suggestions in the chat. I'm gonna go with Gustafson. I think that'd be a better fight. I feel like the Leech is kind of washed at this point. Ever since that back surgery, he just hasn't.
I swear to God.
What?
I swear to God.
Yeah, I heard.
Okay, he got knocked out by Carlos Pragas. Big deal. Split decision, robbery against Daniel Rodriguez. Bullshit.
Yeah, but like
Then he lost
the Leech
to
shouldn't
Maia.
be. The Leech shouldn't be going like 3 hard rounds.
And by the way, here's one for you, bud. To talk you into a logical circle. You hate Ponzinibbio so bad. Guess who fucking sparked him in the first round? Leech.
That's true. Yeah, he fucking that right hook.
Left hook.
Yeah, the left hook. That's what I said.
So you said right hook. Roll the tape back.
All right, let's see what we got. 8 votes. Gustafson. All right. Cool. Get this fucking show on the road. Yeah, Gunnar Nelson is booked against Neil Magny.
You don't have roads out there in Idaho. Stop bullshitting. You guys have dirt paths. You guys don't have roads out there in Idaho. You have dirt paths.
Yeah, we do, and you're actually going to come here.
I'm going to come there? Why?
You owe me a visit, my friend.
You could be a pot of gold there, and I would still not go.
Now he's hyping it up for the show. He told me he's going to come here. So
that's bullshit. What's going to happen is I'm going to show up there. I'm going to show up there, and I'm going to get swept away by a tumbleweed, and you'll never see me.
Yeah. It builds character.
I'll be rolling across plains for hours and hours and hours, and you'll never even know that there's a person in there because that tumbleweed's gonna pick up steam, and I'll just be in there.
See,
you'll never know what happened to me.
That's how all the Mexicans that come up here get a framing job. Is the tumbleweed rolls onto a new construction site, house being framed, and then that's how they get hired. Don't you know anything about how?
Aren't you one half Mexican and two do construction?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
So that's how you got your job. You're saying?
And it wasn't far off from that.
It wasn't?
No.
I'm pretty sure that the reason they get their jobs is because tumbleweeds barrel into the building to knock them down, and then they have to build them back up. Increase work.
Yeah, it keeps the economy going.
It does.
Tumbleweeds
we're
are a big
not.
part.
I'd go out there, but I literally I have to
You're gonna
have
come out
like
here for a Boise State game. You already told me
there
you
has
would.
to be that is true. I will do that, but and I did agree to that. But there has to be a convoy of cars that go with us because if our car breaks down somewhere that looks like the hills have eyes desert, I swear to God,
No,
I'm
my
gonna start
God.
getting cannibalistic immediately.
Then he gets to me, and I have to explain to him that nearly 1 million people live in the Boise metro, and he just won't hear it.
Yeah, but we're not gonna be there all the time. Like what
Yeah, we
to
are. I
traverse.
don't ever leave the Boise metro.
Dude, you live in the same neighborhood Napoleon Dynamite
No,
did.
he
Like,
lives in Preston. That's like 4 hours away in the
so
desert.
you live in the same neighborhood
It's
as
4
Napoleon
hours
Dynamite.
away.
Between Boise and getting to that neighborhood, there's going to be desolate nonsense, and like we need a caravan of cars because I'm not getting hills have eyes eaten by
Yeah,
whatever desert creatures you guys got between there and
there's no
Napoleon
desert
neighborhood.
creature. What
Yeah,
else
the barren
is
wastelands.
what else is IBMN Boise? I don't even know what that means. Idaho has a desert. Yeah, the whole southern part of the state is high desert. Nearly 1 million. What the fuck? Spokane is like 500,000. Dude, shit's been fucking yeah, just been popping.
If I
Okay,
start hearing that shit, I'm leaving,
yeah, that's fair enough. The
and it will
CFO of
happen.
PFL, Big Red, yes. Okay, so next is the Iron Turtle. The Iron Turtle, what's his name? I can't remember his name right now. Oh,
So,
Jung Young Park. He got a win over this fucker Ismail Narudiev. Which, by the way, what do you think about this fight? Because remember he eye poked him twice and he kneed him in the head. And shout out to
dude,
fucking
and then how are unaware are you of the scenario that you can't read the situation so bad that you hop on top of the cage and start celebrating that you're gonna lose 2 points? By the way, you should have been DQ'd, but the fact that you threw that knee and you're such a knuckle dragger that you actually thought you won the fight instead of like immediately realizing you got a penalty, like a foul, is insane. Like seeing like Park pistol whip him the rest of the fight was amazing.
yeah. Yeah, but shout out to Park. He's such a G
He's such a G.
that
He could have said he couldn't continue and gotten the DQ win, and he said,
yeah,
"Nah, I'm doing this gangster. I'm doing it
yep.
the
And he
real
and he
way."
fucked him up.
Fucked him up. Park's real, yeah, real gangster, real Beijing gangster.
Well, he's from Korea, but
Yeah, real Beijing gangster,
I
real
think you
Seoul
give him Bo
gangster.
Nickel next.
Poe Nickel, yeah, I'd like that. Real Seoul gangster versus Bo fraud check Nickel. Yeah, I'd like that.
I think you do Bo Nickel.
Park
Some other
versus
guys,
Parker.
some other guys ranked next to him would be like Stoltzfus, Malik, Gastelum, Petrovsky. He just lost.
Oh, how do we get Harry Hunsucker in this situation?
I'm down, dude. Where's Harry Hunsucker been? We need Harry Hunsucker back to inject life into the
Harry
UFC.
Hunsucker in the pool.
Bring back Harry Hunsucker, Parker Porter, Chase Sherman. I mean, that was a fun run of heavyweights,
That was
wasn't
the
it?
time.
That was what a time to be alive. Was when
And
Harry
Jake
Hunsucker,
Collier. Jake
Jake
Collier.
Collier. I think he's still somehow in the UFC's blowing somebody over there. God damn, that top of middleweight's booked out like a motherfucker. You could have him fight a bus. Not Abus Magomedov, just literally have Jung Young Park fight a bus in the cage. I don't think that one landed.
Yeah, sorry, I
But,
didn't actually hear what you said.
Oh, I said you could have Jung Young Park fight a bus.
A bus?
Not Abus Magomedov, just have him fight a bus.
Maybe you should have just rolled into saying it was about Abus. That would have you'd have been safe.
Yeah, it's all right. Hey, look, this is a live show. Not every joke lands. All right. One of the buses that Noguera fed a carrot to. So when I went to DC, just before I went to DC, Big Red tried to use that on me. He was like, "You're gonna see a bus for the first time. You're gonna try to feed it a carrot." Whoa, girl. Whoa.
Not what I said. I said you're gonna get here by carriage.
Yeah. And then you
Yeah,
said when I
you're gonna
saw
get right to, and then
car,
I
I would
said,
try
how
to
you
feed it a
like,
bus.
you guys don't have planes out here, so what are we gonna do? And you said that we said you're gonna use a human cannon, like like you're Evil Knievel, and get
Yes, trying to
blasted
jump
out
over
of
a stick
it.
and be taken. Big Ank is suggesting Joe Piper versus Park. And they like Joe Piper more than they like Park.
Yeah, they're gonna do something that Joe Piper doesn't necessarily deserve, but they're gonna do something more with him.
Someone says Moutinho. Nickel versus Iron. Let's get dude. That's the fight. That's the
What?
fight to make. Hitting vapes must make you feel like smog. Smog? Wait, isn't that from the Lord of the Rings? Skates travels by horseback. All right. So let's do oh shit, I didn't end the other poll. Let's do Nickel and Piper. Is Big Red Luke Thomas's illegitimate son? He ran too many trains in the Marine Corps. Oh, Big Red, how do you want to respond to that?
Is he talking about the fact that DC, it's Luke Thomas is like claims to be in DC?
Yeah.
Okay, well, first of all, Luke Thomas doesn't. I don't even think he's from the city because he talks about suggestions for the city like he's like out in some suburb
I
somewhere.
think he's from Virginia.
Yeah, exactly. He's not from DC, so I don't know what. I don't even know how that could be looped together. Luke Thomas can't make a fist, and he talks about fighting. Um, Mr. C. Yeah, have you ever seen what I look like?
Yeah, well, why don't you just show yourself
God
on
took his
camera,
fucking
asshole?
time. God took his fucking time when he put this one together. That's a handsome son of a bitch. Luke Thomas looks like a foot. I would never look like that guy. He looks like Anderson Cooper's off-brand stepbrother. And look at my face. Look at his face. Luke Thomas would be fucking lucky. The only thing that me and him have in common is
Why
the
don't
fact
you
that my
why don't you
first name
actually
is
show
technically
your
Thomas.
face on camera? That would help
I'll
people.
put it on camera. I've been on camera many times.
He
Many a
says, "Are
time.
you an acid burn victim?" Whoa, what the fuck? What is up with this slander, Mr. C? Big Red is
I
my
don't think
homie.
he's ever actually seen my face, so I don't know. He's not actually insulting me, but for my real looks.
Yeah.
I think Mr. C. Hey, Mr. C. Where did I touch? Yeah, where did I touch you?
I thought Luke was from DC proper.
No, hell no.
No, he's
You think that
from
Matua? Me and you were from DC proper. Let's be real here. That dude ain't street.
yeah. Luke got the DC flag tatted on his arm. Interesting.
Wait, Luke did?
Yo. By the way, Luke Thomas is my favorite MMA media guy. Has been for
The
years.
fuck?
So.
What about me? Yeah, me.
You're not an MMA media guy. Yeah, you haven't worked in fucking combat sports for as many years as Luke Thomas has.
I'm also not even a media guy or
Yeah, I know. I just said.
or just any sort of content creator in general.
Yeah, just jokes, mate. Love taking the Mr. C's it. He's a fun guy.
Yeah,
Hung out with
you
me
like
all
taking the
night
piss?
for fucking Ryzen. He's a solid dude. Solid as a rock. Yo, yeah. Like, you put your face on camera though. Like, what are you doing? What's up with this?
What do you mean?
Midnight
People pay good money for
ghost
that.
red.
Yeah, I'm not getting paid to show that. Like, people pay money to see that.
Okay. All right, so we
Nah,
got.
it's because I'm like fucking around and like also like hitting my bong and shit. I don't want
Are
to
you
be like,
naked?
no, but wouldn't you get in trouble if I was smoking my bong on the damn screen?
Nah, of course not.
No, I thought somebody got disciplined for that.
No. What the fuck?
No, I'll get on. Give me a second.
All right, looks like the chat is fully aligned. Besides, like a couple people, they think Piper should fight him. Looks like we're fully aligned on Bo Nickel. I think that's a great fight for Mr. Park.
Well, Osman Bakoyev's nickname is Iron, so Nickel versus
Who the
Iron
fuck is
would be
that?
an actual thing.
Who is that?
You don't know who Osman
Osmat
Bakoyev is?
Bekoev. He's booked. He's booked.
Yeah, but I'm saying you could make Nickel versus Iron literally because his nickname is literally
but
Iron.
Bro's the Iron Turtle. I mean, that's even better. You don't like turtles?
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Okay, next fuck face. I mean, I don't think we're gonna matchmake for Daria Zeleznikova and Claudia Segula, who won because they're more attractive than their opponents. Tagir Ulanbek. You guys really want to matchmake for Tagir Ulanbekov and Mohammed Usman? Who gives a fuck about them? Here's what we'll do.
Muhammad Usman. Holy shit! Have you ever seen anybody look more uncoordinated? How are you that big and you still look like you don't have a strong support base underneath of you? Like it looks like he was trying to fight
The
with
fight was terrible, but you know,
his legs. He looked like he was trying to fight on bar stool legs, even though he's literally like a stump. I don't understand how he doesn't have if anything, have like a sturdy fucking base. Just be slow. Instead, it looked like he was like, it looked like he was like trying to use peg legs as legs in that fight. It was the weirdest thing in the world.
Luke is great, but I hate when he talks shit to the UFC for shoving their politics down our throats and then subsequently shoves his politics down our throats. Yeah, he is a
That's the
liberal.
thing. Yeah, Luke Thomas
Same
is
with
talking
Ariel,
about
shitting on
DC.
50 watered down events a year and then gives us 6 watered down shows a week.
See, a real DC person, they don't give a
Facts.
fuck about the politics. They are so over talking about all that shit. Luke Thomas is new out here. He's a new boy. He's a little new to the
Yeah.
situation. So he gets mentally bamboozled by the riffraff, and then he gets caught up in it. That's it. He ain't street. He ain't city. No respect for him.
It's just fucking the shit on Luke Thomas hour.
Oh really? I would actually do 2 hours of that. Can we
Yeah, I
do
was
that?
gonna say you should actually do that show. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna matchmake for Tofik and Jamal Hill, and then we'll end the show. By the way, Big Red, thanks again for hopping on and giving me shit for being from Idaho.
Well, you know, to be honest, me and you would probably talk this long on the show, or
Yeah,
it would
no
have been off
doubt.
the show, one way or the other. So,
Facts. Alexiva, wait. Why is Dustin Stoltzfus rank higher than Bo Nickel in the rankings? I don't know. Mo Usman versus Tom Aspinall. All right, I'm down. Alexiva versus Idaho. Dude needs a root. A root? Wait, I think that he told me that root down under means banging each other. Yeah, I'm down. Sure, why not?
wait, is Mr. C from like England?
No, Mr. C's the homie. He's from
No, I
Spokane.
said is he from England, not whether or not he's the homie. It's so
Yeah,
funny how you took being from England as like an automatic slight. Because I mean, yeah, it would have been, but like,
No, yeah, you're right. So like, no, he's the homie. He's from Spokane, just a few hours north of me. But he lived in New Zealand and has been all over the world, and now he lives in Vietnam.
just as long as he doesn't do the haka.
Thoughts on Pfeiffer dissing your people? What did he say?
Who's people?
Tafir versus Asu or Urseg? Yeah, Urseg.
Who's people?
Mexicans, I think.
When the hell did that happen?
I think it happened when he was when he got food poisoning in Mexico City. All right, so who do you guys want to see Tofik Musayev fight next at lightweight? I think you just give him anybody fun. How about him versus Drew Dober?
Who the fuck is Tofik Musayev?
You don't know who Tofik? Okay, you have been watching MMA for how long? And you don't know who Tofik Musayev?
Why are we doing that match for him? He didn't fight.
He did fight on this card. He lost to Muktabek Oralbai.
Oh, right. Fucking shit. I was totally mishearing what you do. It's late. It's like 1 a.m. here. Yeah. All right, I'm here. I'm with you.
Drew Dober?
Yeah. No, Drew Dober versus Oralbai is like, that's me. That's what I am dying to see.
Ooh.
You know who
you gotta
give
give somebody.
You put the people, everyone between 35 and 70 in the UFC rankings, and then you just spin a fucking wheel, and then whoever it lands on, because who cares?
Yeah, I get that, but I think you need to give him somebody particular and fun.
Michael Johnson.
He's booked.
Yeah, for like 4 weeks from now. It's still close, coming off fights.
Chris Padilla. Oh my god, they have Jalen Turner at 55. Kuda Talaze.
What about him versus Jordan
Jamie
Levitt?
Malarkey. Jamie Malarkey.
No,
No?
I don't. Jamie Malarkey just offends me with his face.
You don't want to see him at all.
Won't put that on TV. How about you give him Jordan Levitt?
He's booked.
No, you're not.
Yeah, he is. Let's see. No, that sucks. He's gonna get out grappled just like he did against Oralby. Doesn't even make sense. You gotta give him
Why the hell? How do you think Jordan Levitt's like an unbelievable grappler that he's gonna just? No, Oralby is leagues above Jordan Levitt in everything.
Hey, what's up, Aaron? Good to see you. Tofik versus Mota, that would be fun. Piper shout on the Mexicans, yeah, whatever. I do the haka every time I pay my bills. What? Any striker with zero grappling. He says Nicholas Mota. I like that fight.
Okay, if we're gonna not go the route of another grappler, like that's just worse, then Michael Johnson again.
He's booked against Daniel Hoover.
Again, he's fighting in less than a month. So what would that like? Why would that be a problem?
I'll put it on there.
Less than a month.
I like the Drew Dober fight.
Stop putting Drew Dober with him. Drew Dober should fight Oralby. Drew Dober why is Drew Dober getting paved over now? He's got to fight this rando.
Well, Tofik Musayev. So do you really not know about Tofik Musayev?
I know who he is. I was not even listening to the name, honestly, when you were saying it.
He's a rando.
Rando.
I mean, he has a pretty long career, like in Bellator.
Drew Dober's the like literally a walking GI Joe, and he's a coveted treasure. You can't just get that fight by losing.
So, is your suggestion gonna be Jordan Levitt?
No.
Okay, what's it gonna be?
Maybe Michael Johnson. You dingus. Tofik versus McKinney would be cool.
Yeah, I would love that fight, but he's booked. So I don't like booking. I want to wait till these people have fights. I can't matchmake anybody that's booked. That's my rule. But I'm breaking the rule for immense red. All right, the poll is up. Vote the poll. We're almost done. We're gonna matchmake for Jamal Hill next. I think that'll be a little easier.
This your poll is fucking rigged. I'll vote for something and then it'll just be 0% for that.
Yeah, because nobody wants to.
No, because I voted for it, anus. So it can't be 0%.
Did you just call me an anus?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
My vote should count. Why is it still 0% after I vote?
I don't know.
You got it rigged.
Rigged, man.
You're cooking the books. I you know what I did for fucking 6.5 years? No, 7 years. I was an auditor. Books are getting cooked. I snip it. I smell crime.
Should audit Drew Dober in his fucking waning MMA career.
All right, how would I who was it? How would I audit no. I'm not even going to entertain this. First of all, why are we talking about the loser of this fight anyways? I don't even care. I don't care. Go put him against Claudio Players.
These are the bonus matchmaking show.
Jai Herbert.
Bonus ones.
Jai Herbert would be good.
The poll's already up.
Yeah, Jai Herbert. I should have thrown that in there.
Rank the top 3 fighters from Spokane: Chiesa, McKinney, and Juliana Pena. Well, Juliana Pena was champ, so I guess we have to put her 1.
I think Pena beat Chiesa inside the distance. She gets to finish on the feet.
I think she finishes both of them.
She finishes them on the feet.
Yeah, Juliana Pena, 100%. All right, Nicholas Mota is winning. I think we're gonna end the poll there. Yeah, the votes.
How have we sustained this high count of viewers this whole time?
I don't know, dude. You know what?
We're full blown retarded.
Don't call my viewers.
No. I'm saying we are retarded, not them.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
we are full retarded. The brain rot is unbelievable. We've dragged everybody into our brain rot
because I think it's fun, and I used to do these as a video, but it's just way more fun. It actually takes me this amount of time to do this, just sitting here editing it anyway. So it's just more fun when the viewers are involved. I think people being involved just makes it more fun.
I think that I think I'm accidentally causing the chat to have brain rot so that they're this makes sense to watch, you know. I think under level head
hey, listen, man. The only thing I ever wanted when I started a MMA YouTube show, why is this picture of Nicholas Mota make him look like like he's 12. Like, what is up with this?
Yeah, there are pictures of him that make him look like he's 12 out of for like no. I don't understand why, but it's so true.
All right. Yeah, the only thing I ever wanted was just for people to talk MMA with. So I'm very appreciative of anybody who hops in the show. She's my girl, just being honest. Pena is a 2-time fake champion. Damn. Deport Pena, but bring her back after she learns her lesson. She locked box the first. She still won.
I still like Pena more than I like Grasso. It's like subtly trying to sneak in like
that was
like,
Herbert Goddard
foot
repping
and
Moto
foot
101.
fetish stuff.
I was in Fight Night Frankie's panel today, and everybody was like, "Oh, that fight should have been stopped," and it's like, no.
Which way?
They said it should have been stopped. Like Moda should have gotten the TKO win against Sadikov, and it's like,
What?
first of all, they're in fucking Azerbaijan, where fucking what's his name is from. So
Yeah, it was possible that we were going to see a Sakuraba in Pride.
there would have been a riot.
Something else. Now that would be entertainment.
I'm your lucky chatter, keeping people interested with my high comedy. Put some respect on my name. Yeah, mad respect for Mr. C. Tanyoni, too, he stopped fights early. It was all landing on the guard. I don't know if it should have been stopped, but most refs would have stopped that. Well, I'm glad they didn't. Pena is a great ambassador for the UFC, though. She's a good. Yeah, Pena is more fun like on the mic than in the cage, if you ask me.
What's that guy's name again?
So, all right,
Mr. Z.
What? Mr. C.
I'm not looking at the chat. Is it what was the letter?
Mr. C.
Oh.
All right, guys. The last person we're gonna matchmake for, then we're gonna pack it in. Is Jamal Hill. Who do you think Jamal Hill should fight next?
I don't know. What do they got going on Tough Enough in the Tough Enough promotion? Give them that their top contender.
I want him to fight Azmat Mirzakhanov, and then we just kill him off finally.
No, I think I think the UFC should cut him, and he should have to fight his way back to the promotion.
Wow,
that would be so fucking funny. Yep, go hack it over in LFA.
All right, I'm gonna throw Mirzakhanov out there. Big Red wants him to be kicked out of the UFC.
Give him Rockage.
That's a good one. Rockage.
I would like that because it's two people on a 3-fight losing streak. It's 2 3-fight losing streaks in there. You know, see who's allowed to still exist.
I'm gonna also suggest they run it back with Johnny Walker.
I would kind of like that too. Johnny Walker got turned into a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing too, man. So maybe he wants to get back.
He crumbled to the ground. He was taking a lot of shots. Yeah, it was a great fight. Hill versus Kevin Lee. Hill versus Ray. We already matched Ray. Worst champion. Lee. Yeah, I agree, Aaron. Favorite fighter name: Jamahal, Jermal, or Jermel. I think Jermel because it just doesn't make any sense. Hill versus Pereira. He needs a tune. Yeah, you can do it in the same night as he gets his rematch versus Ankalaev. Real quick, just bring Jamal Hill out there and just
literally, roll Hill out, concussed and battered to fight the next fight. Fucking discombobulated his shit.
For Hill, we'll say Rockich, Mirzakhanov.
Rockich is my real smooth brain answer.
Oh, and then run it back with Walker. Two.
Yeah.
All right, those are the 3. We'll put those up in the poll. It's the last one, guys. Vote in the poll. Who do you want to see now? I want Mirzakhanov. I will vote for him. Big Red wants Rockich. By the way, 2 hours. We kept about 15 people in here for 2 hours.
Don't even understand that, dude.
This is a way better.
I'd have been gone after 5 minutes.
This is a way better format than fucking doing the videos, I think. Even though it was suggested.
You don't have to edit this.
It was suggested to me that I do them in video format.
Too much editing.
Not
enough red.
Also the picks too. People have suggested I do the picks in video format, which actually might be better. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. But I am gonna go live tomorrow Gonna do the picks probably earlier in the day. By the way, guys, if you know No Chill MMA, we need to not gaslight him, but we need to literally troll him and tell him he's ducking Big Red and MMA Nerd because he's just, I mean, he does not want the smoke. It's a John
He's
Joe.
in a bomb shelter somewhere, like with no signal, so that nobody can get to him, dude.
Yeah, he's
I'm telling
hiding.
you, this guy been trying to figure out where this guy's at. And people, his closest people to him can't get in contact with him. It's like all of a sudden he's gone full Amish. He has no electronics anymore. I don't get it.
Were you saying like me?
No, you don't have them in general. You still watching silent movies over there on VHS. Actually,
Yo,
I don't think you guys don't have players like that. You probably watch movies on Flipbook.
no, it's on a projector, and the guy's got a
No,
crank
that's too much technology. You have Flipbooks.
flip book.
Yeah.
All right, let's looking like Johnny Walker is the popular choice. We'll get him in there. Yeah, so tomorrow for the picks, and you guys, like I said, you guys need to tell Big Red or No Chill he's got to face Big Red someday in MMA Nerd. He literally, so what he did is he sent Giuliano to fight his battle for him, and then he
Got him
cast
killed.
Giuliano to the side
Got
and
him
made
killed.
an expose video on him, and now he hates Giuliano.
Yeah, even crazier. Like I turned in. It was a highlight reel for me. Like so, he set him up, and then just destroyed the guy. Destroyed him.
All right, Jamal Hill owns the benefit. Matt Serra was a better champion than Jamal Hill. I agree. You got any books for your flight? Downloading some films? How are you going to stay sane? I'm gonna play Fire Emblem, Genealogy of the Holy War. It's a insanely difficult game. I'm gonna play the shit out of that.
Damn, that sounds like that game sounds sick. You know what would be even crazier? Having sex for the first time in your life. Is he virgin? What kind of game is that? What was that game?
I was like, wait, what? And yeah, you're like, that's like the dirtiest shit I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, it's a dope ass game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The game's sick as fuck. God damn it, dude. Fucking A. Why is there warfare happening on MMA YouTube? Because No Chill is he's bored.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. Okay. So let me end the poll. Walker 2 got it done. Turn based for the base chat. Yeah, straight up turn based RPG. All right. So the full matchmaking for this card is Khalil Rountree versus Dominic Reyes, Fazeev versus Hooker, Blades versus Kuniev again, because everyone wants to see him just get taken out by the fat Daggy. Oralbai versus Chiesa, because we want to see him kill off Chiesa. Nazim Sadikov versus Baja Mundes. I almost said Baja Blast. Baja Mundes. Mohamed Naimov versus Giga Chikadze. Sung Hyung Ko versus
Some young guy.
Some young guy versus Andreas. Jung Young Park versus Bo Nickel. Iron versus Nickel. Iron Turtle. Bo Nickel. Tofik Musayev taking on a small child by the name of Nicholas Mota. And Jamal Hill versus Johnny Walker 2. That's the show, guys. Big Red, is there anything you would like to say before we get the fuck out of here?
No. I mean, I think I've said every word in the English language at this point after 2 hours, and with the yapping.
You didn't say filibuster.
Or anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I didn't say that. But
Also,
now I have. So now
a word I
those are
really
the only
like
two words
is,
that were missing. So I'm out of here. See you.
All right, later, Big Red. Thanks for hopping on, my friend. Good to
Of
see you.
course.
All right, guys, that's the show. How'd you guys like the show? This is a long ass one. Tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow picks. We need to force No Chill to face Big Red and MMA Nerd. And also we need contestants for MMA Nerd. Let me know if you guys want to be on there. MMA YouTube keeps growing and fracturing. I feel like I'm the only person trying to hold it together. Yeah, it's because you're paying attention to guys that want to beef with each other. And I guess I'm a product of that as well because I shit on Hank the Tank, but it's really funny to do that. So good shit. Emphasis on shit. I don't know why that was fun. Yeah, dude, it's way more fun this way. Me and No Chill aren't beefing. We are competing in MMA Nerd. Yeah. No Chill's been ducking him. But I think WMC is more talking about how No Chill just switched up on Giuliotto. But anyway, whatever. Now I'm talking about YouTube beef. I gotta get the fuck out of here, guys. I got a flight to catch on Tuesday. Also have a dentist appointment in the morning, so that's fun. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, appreciate you guys. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm just rambling on. We're gonna play the outro one more time, or the Who's Up Next intro one more time, so you get to hear my illustrious voice. See ya.
Who's up next in the UFC? Who's up next? Who could it be? I said, who's up next in the UFC? Who's up next? Who could it be? Who? Yeah.